Hi friends, I'm back with another video, and this one is about the Red Heifer story and all the viral stories that are coming through, and people are talking about that. And there are news that Jews in Israel are trying to sacrifice some red cows that they have found, and they are thinking that it is the Red Heifer. They were commanded to sacrifice to get clean. So let me share the story about it, and will give you the context of this thing, and why this was discontinued, and why it was not happening, and why the Jews were again trying to find this cow, and to do this sacrifice again. So first of all, the command to do so came in book of Numbers, chapter 19. So it goes like, the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron. He said, these are the laws from the teaching that the Lord gave to the Israelites. Get a red cow that has nothing wrong with it. That cow must not have any bruises, and it must never have worn a yoke. Give that cow to Eliezer, and he will take it outside the camp and kill it there. Then Eliezer, the priest, must put some of its blood on his fingers and sprinkle some of the blood towards the holy tent. He must do this 7 times. Then the whole cow must be burned in front of him. The skin, the meat, the blood, and the intestine must all be burned. Then the priest must take a cedar stick, hyssop branch, and some red strings. He must throw these things into the fire where the cow is burning. Then the priest must wash himself and his clothes with water. Then he must come back into the camp. He will be unclean until evening. The man who burned the cow must wash himself and his clothes in water. He will be unclean until evening. Then someone who is clean will collect the ashes from the cow and put them in clean place outside the camp. These ashes will be used when someone must keep a special ceremony to become clean. These ashes will also be used to remove a person's sin. The man who collected the cow's ashes must wash his clothes. He will be unclean until evening. This rule will continue forever. This rule is for the citizen of Israel and for the foreigners living with you. Those who touch a dead body will be unclean for 7 days. They must wash themselves with special water on the third day and again on the seventh day. If they don't do this, they will remain unclean. Those who touch the body of someone who has died are unclean. If they stay unclean and they and then go to the Lord's holy tent, they make it unclean. So they must be separated from the Israelites, because the special water was not thrown on them. They remain unclean. This is the rule about those who die in their tents. If someone dies in the tent, everyone in the tent will be unclean for 7 days, and every jar or pot without a lid becomes unclean. If there is a dead body out in the field, whether the person died in battle or some other reason, whoever touches that body, or its bones or even its grave, will be unclean for 7 days. So basically, this was the background of this thing, in as per the the Torah. It is not the Bible, it is the Old Testament. So as per the Old Testament, this was the story. To So this cow sacrifice was explained in a way that it is done to get the impurities out, and the people can get clean. But in reality, which what we know from Quran as well, so this was because something happened uh, in the time when Moses was on the Sinai mountain and have gone to uh, meet Allah Ta'ala and to get the commandments. So in that time when he was out for 40 days, the people behind him have started worshipping a cow, and that is in Exodus 32. The people saw that a long time had passed and Moses had not come down from the mountain, so they gathered around Aaron. They said to him, "Look, Moses led us out of the land of Egypt, but we don't know what has happened to him. So make us some god and go before us and lead us." So in this Torah that we have today, basically Muslims believe that it is tempered, and we correlate it back to Quran, and we try to find out what the story is mentioned in Quran uh, about the incidents that are mentioned in here, and then we correct ourselves. So here in the Torah, it says that Aaron was asked to make the god for them, but in Quran it says that Aaron, they came to Aaron, but there was a Israelite by name Samri, and that Samri guy was the one who made this cow, and who was who knows some kind of magic. So he also put some voice inside inside that cow. So let's read out what is in the Bible, although we know the context from the Quran as well. So Aaron said, "If the people bring me the gold earnings that belongs to your wives, sons, and daughters." So the people collected all their gold earnings and brought them to Aaron. He took the gold from the people and used it to make an idol using a special tool. He shaped the gold into a statue of a calf. Uh, then the people said, "Israel, here are your gods. These are the gods that brought us out of the land of Egypt." Like, this was the blasphemy they did. So we know that Allah has brought them out from Egypt. He was the reason they got freed from the slavery in Egypt. But these people have made themselves a cow statue, and they started worshipping them. So when Moses come back, Allah sent back Moses and told him that, okay, look what your people have done. So he came back. He got angry, and he asked who did that, and then he asked the people to repent and um, take swords. So it was decided. So Allah have asked Moses to kill everyone who was involved in this idol worship and the worship of this cow statue. So now this command that we have in Numbers 19, where this is where they are asked to sacrifice a cow again. So it also have the reference to that story, because the people of Israel, who were um following Moses, were also God wants to test them again, because they still have some feelings for these false gods. So Allah wanted them to sacrifice a cow to make sure that nobody is worshipping a cow or things like that. So that is why specifically a cow was asked to be sacrificed. But what happened later down the line? They were near this place, near the Jordan River, where this they came across this guy called Balaam. Balaam was a idol worshipper. He was from the people who were living near the Jordan, most likely from the Madanites. So this guy was serving his king as a seer. So he basically saw these people, these Israelites near the Jordan River, and he said these words that this message is from Balaam son of Beor. I am speaking about things I see clearly. These are the words I hear from God. I saw what God all powerful showed me. I humbly tell what I clearly see. People of Jacob, your tent are beautiful. Israelites, your homes are beautiful. You are like rows of palm trees planted by the streams. You are like gardens growing by the river. You are like sweet smelling bushes planted by the Lord. So all those things he have said about Israelites, like he was intimidating them. He So we need to know when he said he heard from God. So he was not worshipping the God of Israel. He was not worshipping. He was not uh, a believer in Allah. He was an idol worshipper. So he was mentioning his own God, and he was now trying to uh, make the Israelites get persuaded towards himself, his beliefs, and he just put this thing in their mind that okay, he's praising them. So what happened? Going down the line, they got contaminated, and some of them have started following the gods, these false gods of these people. And this was discussed in the next chapter in 25. When the Israelites were camped near Acacia, the men committed sexual sins with Moabite women. The Moabite women invited the men to come and join in their sacrifices to their false gods. So the Israelites joined in worshipping these false gods. They ate the sacrifices and worshipped their gods. These are there. The Israelites began worshipping the false god Baal of Peor, and the Lord become very angry with them. So this guy Balaam, he was from these people, and Israelites started going to these people, and then when that happened, Allah got angry at these Israelites on their action, and then at this meeting in the tent, it was decided that get all the leaders of these people, then kill them, so that all the people can see, lay their bodies before the Lord. Then the Lord will not show his anger again or against all the Israelites, because there was some plague inside the Israelite camp because of these wrongdoings that Israelites were doing with these other people, the idol worshippers. So Moses said to Israel judges, each of you must find the men in your tribe who have led people to worship the false god Baal of Peor. Then you must kill these men. At that time, Moses and all the elders of Israel were gathered together at the entrance of the meeting tent. An Israelite man brought a Midianite woman home to his brothers. He did this where Moses and all the leaders could see. Moses and the leaders were very sad. Phinehas was the son of Eleazar and the grandson of Aaron, the priest. Uh, Phinehas saw this man bring the woman into the camp, so he left the meeting and got his spear and followed the Israelite into the tent. Then he used the spear to kill the Israelite man and the Midianite woman in her tent. He pushed the spear through both of their bodies. At that time, there was a great sickness among the Israelites, but when uh, Phinehas killed these two people, the sickness stopped, and a total of 24,000 people died from that sickness in that camp. So the Lord said to Moses, I was so angry with the Israelites that I wanted to kill them, but Phinehas son of Eleazar and grandson of Aaron, the priests have saved them from my anger. He did this by showing that he feels strongly, just as I do, that my people must worship only me. So this was the story behind just after the uh, this sacrifice of cow was ordered. Just after those days, they started sacrificing animals for the false gods as well. So then this video is getting a longer, so I'll make a second part of it, and the rest of the story is in the second part. Stay tuned.